Generation after that will surpass them over and over again. Wario is the one who will oversee the passage of time. Ugh. Huh? What was I just talking about? Okay, we made it to the boss stage. This is where we fight the first boss, but... Ow. It's still part 1, isn't it? Isn't it? What? No, it's been... Oh god, it's been more. It's been more than... This isn't part 1 anymore. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Wario found a hidden passage. Leads to this door, so we're not actually fighting the boss, but that's fine because we fought the boss. We've got the treasure, we've got the map. Yeah, no, the treasure's already open. Right, yeah, no, there's only 10 map pieces left. Okay, so, 2 chapters left in the game. What's happening now? Okay, so, Wario's gone to discover his treasure, but it is, of course, missing. All of the activities that the Black Sugar Pirates did in the morning, still allowed them to make off with the treasure. However, without having to fight that giant snake, well, it seems Wario has caught up to them as well. Godspeed, you funky little bastards. It's better you don't get caught. Your end will be swift, but it will be no less degrading. Alright, so welcome to Chapter 2, Go to the Cellar, it says very aggressively, which is a weird chapter name because we were already in the cellar, and I'm going to level with you, this entire chapter is kind of about going as far away from the cellar as you possibly can. So, we've got a room like this, which is giving me a sense of deja vu. There are platforms that you might want to turn on a light for to see, but I've got a map on, so I decided to just get this treasure, which normally you'd wait for, but I'm gonna level with you as being impatient here because, like, there is otherwise nothing you really need to double back to, and definitely nothing, like, super important. So, by pressing this switch, we turn the lights on in some rooms, but like, there really isn't any other reason to go back to that first room. There's no hidden door, or anything. But yeah, there is a hidden door here, and this is where we're supposed to go. I just really didn't want to waste my time back there. So anyway, yeah, Chapter 2. So part of the reason this is called Chapter 2 is it does actually link back up to the main path of this game. So once you beat Chapter 2, you'll actually move on to, like, the actual Chapter 3, the normal Chapter 3, which is, we all know it's Maze Woods, right? Yeah, okay, good, cool. At least I hope so. I hope this is reaching someone. It would be real bad if this were to all die alone. Like those other timelines. But that doesn't matter, it's fine. It's fine, we don't have to worry about them. No survivor's guilt here, definitely not. Let's just pick up a pelican and then kill it. Comical. Anyway though, so, right. As a stage, or as a Chapter 2 rather, Go to the Cellar is kind of dull. Look, maybe Wario should have not backtracked exactly, you know, like actually backwards through the game. Because I feel like we're getting one of the less interesting chapters now, instead of earlier, where I think, my mind's a bit hazy, but I want to say mansion and factory? Oh, and some ruins. I definitely remember the ruins. Right, yeah, the ruins. But yeah, no, in terms of actual interesting design, Go to the Cellar is a lot of caverns. And again, the chapter name is kind of a lie. we're leaving the cellar. And look, I don't remember Maze Woods that well. That's kind of a blank. Either way, though, Maze Woods wasn't my favorite, I think, but, like, I still think the overall areas looked more interesting than the ones in this chapter. Also, as a note, I feel like this one connects to Chapter 3 kinda strangely, not that we'll see that, but there's no cellar in Chapter 3 Maze Woods, so, like, you kinda just appear after this. Also, kinda sucks that we're skipping SS Teacup for this stage, and then we immediately go to Maze Woods, which I think I didn't like as much. I don't know. Look, I'm just borrowing memories here. I couldn't tell you. It was too long ago. Oh. More of these guys. Not really much of a puzzle here. Let's just kill them one at a time. But yeah, no, like, this being before Maze Woods is just... I don't know, It makes sense overall, I will say. Like, where we're going through this chapter makes sense, but like, yeah, going from the very good intro chapter of Wario's Castle, One Noisy Morning is very good, to go to the cellar, which is a lot less interesting, and then to Maze Woods, feels not great. It does not feel like the most interesting way this game could progress, so I guess it's a good thing that the exit is hidden pretty well, though you might wind up finding it by accident if you have been trained by the game to just kind of bash walls wherever you go. Which, considering that's what Chapter 1's there for, even if there's no solid indication, you might want to keep going. You might want to try to, you know, bash a wall just in case there's treasure, but then you'll discover that, hey, there's actually secret exits in this game. And they lead to different chapters, which is cool in concept, but in terms of execution, I don't know, maybe it's just been the last few chapters or something, but there's just something very kind of tiring about these. I did not like Ruins at the Bottom of the Sea that much, and I don't really like Go to the Cellar that much either. Alright, and there we go. Giant Spearman is dead. Alright, and so we got a flashlight? I forget if this is a torch or a torch. There's alternate sprites of these that I think actually look a little better. I think it's actually like a torch, not in the British sense. It's a stick with fire on it, that kind of torch. But I would have to see the better quality picture of it. Alright, that's a 1 or a 7. That's gotta be a 1. Took me a moment, but I got it. Alright, another bit of the map filled out. Shine, shine, indeed. Alright, so, where to next in the cellar? Go to the cellar! Avoid the rocks! Alright, so here's a stage we're going to have to take on with only half A presses. Nah, it's alright. We don't have to watch out for the falling rocks. We really just have to, you know, let them fall right into us. You'll see how well that statement ages in just a moment. No, I just want to kill him. It's fine. Anyway, though, this is a very annoying state. Well, I won't say very annoying. It's mildly annoying. It's not terrible, but I don't know if I would say I had fun with it, per se. Alright, now, I think we'll go out, and actually we've got a fair bit to climb first. So, we've got to avoid the falling rocks, except we actually don't want to avoid all the falling rocks. The reason being is Sometimes, you can grab them. Other times, they crush you into flat Wario. Alright, so we've got to flutter our way into some coins. Oh god, I know it's gonna hurt the Wario sync meter, but I don't think I'm gonna be getting all of these. Wait, Wario sync meter? Wait a minute, that has to... It should still be at a different level at this point. How low did it get in other runs? I can't remember, but... Look, not even I can bother picking up every last little coin, so I feel like it must have gotten low, right? Well, anyway, I know Wario's not really reacting to my ire. There's no reason for him to. I'm kinda just a victim here. All of us are. But, anyway, the stage itself, that's what's important here. We want to talk about Wario Land 2 as a game, and not a method of torture. Okay, so, the big falling rocks, I want to say that the rock following a giant rock will never be giant. I could be wrong, though, because my initial thought was that it was every third rock that was giant, but that's not correct. I have come into a room and then immediately gotten hit by a big rock, so sometimes it's the first, but I'm relatively positive that a big rock will never follow a different big rock. So we should be safe for this. There we go. Yeah, see though? That was definitely the second. It was big, small, big. Oh, that is definitely annoying for this stage. It's one of the reasons I say I don't like this one that much. Again, I don't think it's a terrible stage, if I actually think about it, but like, it's certainly not one of my favorites. Oh god, this song sucks. So yeah, that's the other reason I don't really like the cave theme. Like, it's kind of dull, but also, the song theme is very shrill. It also reminds me, I don't think I've actually been putting the song name next to a lot of the actual songs, have I? I think I kind of forgot to do that, whoops. Hey, future me, what's this song called? Cool, good song title. Anyway though, yeah, like, I don't like this as a song very much. I don't think it's very pleasant to listen to. I guess it's, oop, that guy's annoying, but he owned himself, so it's fine. But anyway, as I was saying, I guess it's atmospheric a little. Actually, I don't even know if it's that atmospheric. I don't know if it fits cave that well. I mean, it's slow and meandering, but I don't think that helps anything. Top right. I was talking over whatever the last minigame was, so I probably wouldn't have gotten it correct anyway, but, got this one, and we got the top part of some kind of star-based wand, I guess. That's just how I interpret the weird orb in the middle of that star. Oh, here's a neat little puzzle. We have to high jump off of an enemy, but then to get up there, we have to high jump off a second enemy that we bring with us. That's right, it's BYOE. Bring your own enemy. Alright, so let's see. Oh, I got more of these guys. They're a bit annoying until you understand that all you need to do to knock them out is just be under them. That's really the strategy you need to take them on. Otherwise though, yeah, they're very annoying. You can jump on top of them, but more often than not, they will actually hurt you if you try to do that, because you'll kinda hit their front side. Alright, so it's not actually possible to jump over that hill there. We can't roll jump over it, so I think you can probably guess at this point that if we go up here, time for more rocks. They've collected many rocks, whoever's throwing them in here. I don't know, I guess the interpretation for this is supposed to be like, we have gone from Wario's cellar to a more elaborate cave system. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody was mining over here, and then part of Wario's wish was specifically to build over a mine. Partly in case that there was any gold in these here mines, but also partly to just dick someone over. It seems like a very rude thing to do, ergo, Wario's going to do it just for the hell of it. Yeah, it seems like a Wario thing. But also, what if he did just make his job excavating these caverns? There used to be gold here. It's all gone now. It's just, Wario's greed has stripped these mines bare. And there are coins in here again, sure, but not like the natural forming gold. That's long gone. Instead of having an actual job, Wario just goes to his cellar every day, finds the secret mine entrance, and just goes to town on it. The mine, not the entrance. Alright, thankfully that wasn't a crushy rock. Trust me, I had a bunch of runs ruined when I was like, alright, wall, deposit a normal-sized rock. A reasonably sized rock with which I can use to pick up and carry and throw into things. And then the game said, ha, fuck you. Get bouldered, idiot. This is a large boulder the size of a large boulder. You are getting exactly what you expected. You want a large boulder the size of a small boulder? Too bad! Fuck you. Alright, what do we got? Well, we don't have an 8 currently, but it could be an 8 again. You could become as 8 once again. Could be, could be, could be. Nope, that's a 6. Don't know why he hesitated, like it couldn't have been a 5. Bottom left part wasn't correct for that. Alright, yet another piece of the map filled in. We are inching ever closer to whatever the heck that's supposed to be. Alright, story 3, stop that train. It also wouldn't surprise me if somebody was trying to build some kind of underground train rail system. I can't call it a subway, because this really doesn't look like a subway car at all. Now granted, this train car has also been weaponized as well, so it's not really an average train car anyway, but still, this isn't really a subway in the slightest, but still. I'm sure somebody was planning a very helpful underground non-subway rail system, and then Wario said, no, I want that area. But now as it turns out, the Black Sugar Pirates have just put a train in here, and are now riding it to safety. Okay, so, alright. I'm trying to think. It was story 4 that started with a train chapter, and this one's very similar in terms of its overall layout. In terms of actual design, it's way different, because again, this train has been weaponized and it's here to kill you. But, trying to recall the memories of a dead timeline, the other train was a lot more, simple than this one. And considering you can't actually avoid Chapter 4, or Story 4, rather, like, you're getting a more difficult version. Oh, gotta skip over this guy. You're getting a more difficult version of a stage you would, in theory, have to do later. Now, of course, you can stage select once you've beaten the game. So, it's not like you are required to, beat the entire game multiple times, just for finding one new chapter. I would like this game a lot less if that were the case, because again, the last few chapters would have been exhausting. Having to replay levels, even if I weren't going for treasure, would just be tedious. So, like, they're not that cruel, but also, in theory, you could find this chapter. It's not that hard to do. Somebody could wind up finding this chapter instead of SST Cup, and then wind up very confused once they hit Maze Woods. Alright, what's the panel? Panel Day Chef, alright. Where is he? Let me at him. Third on the bottom. No. I was closer than I thought because that was a shot in the dark. I didn't see it on the left, so... Yellow Devil? Alright, well, Wario's got a miniaturized version of Yellow Devil, I guess. Boy, I'm sure glad he's getting types of enemies from different games. I know this wasn't me, but like, I think I'm getting phantom pains from that Metroid. Anyway, though, yeah, where was I before? Oh yeah, like, theoretically, you could, with a lot more ease than most of the alternate chapters in this game, run across Go to the Cellar instead of SST Cup. And then you'd have 2 train stages, which normally wouldn't be a problem, but I don't know, there's just something about these that's paced really weird. Alright, so we've got another puzzle. What are we doing? Alright, so what do we got? That's either a 1 or a 7. 1 or a 7. 7, cool, thank you. Alright, well, that's yet another page. Also... Well, first off, map piece, not page. I don't know why I said page. Second off, I don't even remember what Story 4 is. I mean, it's not a train stage, which... That doesn't help! Go to the cellar! Find the exit! Okay, now I sort of remember this one. This is one of those kinda roundabout stages where we see the exit right from the get-go, but we can't get to the exits. So we've got to go do just that. I'm still struggling to remember this one. I should mention, though, in case you want to play Wario Land 2 without necessarily being restricted by the fact that you had to go through the game in one go on your first time around, there is actually a hack that just opens up level select from the very start. Not like you can go to any level, but like, if you go to alternate stages, you can return to one branch, or you can go back and replay a level without having to play the whole game start to finish once, and then return to it. But yeah, there's an open level select hack by someone named Cornholio309. So yeah, simple enough. I'm not using that. And as it stands, I think... Currently I'm editing the level select out, just so we can go from stage to stage a little bit faster, but... Yeah, first time through the game, it is exactly as I've been presenting it. It's just one long, you go from level to level, so on and so forth, and then you get to choose levels, and the game is nice enough to show you what treasures you've collected in each level, though if I remember correctly, it is a little more difficult to determine what map pieces you've received. Oh, nope, gotta get that. Look, I gotta keep up the Wario Sync meter. I've got... I think, for my sake, I'll need to keep that up. Anyway, though, yeah, like... it's a neat hack and I'm glad it's there, but it's not a particularly useful one, for me personally. Cause, you know, I just wanted to go through the game normally, the first time around. But yeah, I think especially for if you happen to hit Chapter 2, at the very least, or this Chapter 2 rather, you can play around a little more, and maybe check for other secret areas, or go to SST Cup instead of going Chapter 1, this one, Maze Woods, in town, and then immediately have... God damn it, another silver coin. And then immediately have another train stage. That's less complicated. Well, I mean, I guess that is sort of proof that they just intended you to find these secret exits later. It's not actual proof, because it's not what the devs actually said or anything as far as I know, but like, there is very clearly a progression. The train stage we just did is obviously harder than the original train stage in Chapter 4, so like, I'm pretty sure they had an order in mind, just based on difficulty. Although, you know, I am on YouTube, so on second thought, my theory is correct. It is fact. Everybody should believe what I said and spread it as far as possible. Top right. Got him. So yeah, just believe every single thing I said, even though all of it is uncredited. I mean, really, who wants to look through citations anyway, so it's fine. Just take everything I say at face value. And again, spread all of the things I say around. Did you know that the person who made Sailor Moon signed Sailor Moon because she wanted to have friends like that? That's totally a real thing that she said. And not just stupid internet gossip that got spread around. Definitely not. Anyway. I still don't remember this stage super well. I remember the wraparound gimmick, but man, I just genuinely can't really say I remember the level design that well. I mean, it's yet another cave. It's yet another cave, and it's just, eh. Well, I guess if I'm going to mention, progress in the chapter so far, let me just remind you, we went from Wario's cellar to a cave, and after traveling through caves, we found an underground train. And now, we've gone from one, cave to another, for some reason. I guess the Black Sugar Pirates must have jumped off and are trying to escape, and Wario didn't want to go too far. If he didn't stop the train, he would have arrived at whatever destination it was going to. Maybe it was gonna go to Chapter 4, who knows. Maybe if you just wait in that level long enough, you just automatically arrive in Chapter 4. You just go to the less dangerous train stage. But yeah, no, like... now we're just in a different cave. Which, if I had any, recognition of how this world was laid out, maybe that would seem cooler. I mean, I do like a good sense of journey, right? So, like, if I could just see an overworld with long stretches of cave and be like, ah, dang, we traveled through those caves very quickly thanks to that train. Look at how far Wario's come. That'd be neat. Maybe if the cave looked differently, I'd be more interested. Because, I don't know, it just feels like the cave we were in 2 levels ago. Soon to be 3 levels ago because we're done with this stage, thank goodness. Alright, what's the number? What do I got? Maybe 7? No, that is 3. Yep, that's 3. I could have answered that without that last panel going, but I must have just been slow on the draw. I understand past me, because I also took a moment to realize that was a 3. I think I was just thinking of 8s. I think I was just expecting an 8. Okay, so we've got 11 minutes left, and... Go to the cellar! Defeat the cave master! Alright, and yet again, the cave looks exactly the same. This time around, however, this cave is incredibly annoying to traverse. Good God, I don't like this level at all. First and foremost, we've got a secret over here that requires us to lure a zombie over. Which takes a while, cause he's just gonna keep throwing his head out. But down there, we have a lower floor. So we want to jump at just the right time, so that we zombify and pass through the floor. If you get hit by the zombie without jumping, you can't jump as a zombie, so you can't go through the floor, which is annoying. As many things are in this chapter. You might not be able to tell, but I'm not particularly fond of this one. It's not my favorite. I don't know, maybe part of the problem with this game is, like, the fact that it's on the Game Boy / Game Boy Color. Maybe it's a little slow for me, but I don't know. I do enjoy this game, but in terms of doing it as an LP, it's very tiring. And I think that's mostly just on me, like, scouring every stage for almost every coin. Not always all of them, sometimes I can't be bothered, but like, I do try to find the major caches of coins so that you know where they are. And, I don't know, maybe that's a little boring for me. Maybe I'd prefer to just take this game at my own pace, and I'd have a bit more fun with that, but like, I don't know, I really like Wario Land 4, and that's also a case where I want to show off everything possible. And heck, even if I'm not LPing it, I do want to just, like, play it to the best of my ability, so I do find a lot of the secrets, and I kind of remember where a lot of them are off the top of my head. So I don't know, maybe it is just a little too dated for me, because I've played Wario Land 4 semi-recently, and I definitely enjoy it. Maybe it's just also because of how rude this game can be. I know. Like, the fact that Wario's invincible is cool. I think overall it's actually not a bad playstyle for a game. It definitely sets it apart from Mario games, where your power-ups are being injured. You can't be normal injured. You do lose coins for being normal injured, but like, you don't lose HP or anything. So you're encouraged a little more to pay attention to, like, weird enemies. If an enemy doesn't just have a pokey thing with which to stab you, then you might be safe to get attacked by them and have some power. So I like that concept. But I feel like to compensate for the fact that Wario can't take damage, I don't know, some of the level design is a little rude. It's kinda like, I know, it's probably not the most favorable opinion, but like, I think Fire Emblem should have had, permadeath. I don't necessarily think it's a necessity anymore, because I think that series in general has a more solid design philosophy, but like, the fact that there is permadeath means they had to be a little more fair with how the game is played. And you might be like, but what about the critical hits, though? I've been hit by a random stray crit and had to reset, so that means it's unfair, right? Play any other strategy RPG if that's your opinion. Like, try playing Shining Force. Get past the fucking chess battle in Shining Force 2, it's not an easy one. But like, that game doesn't have permadeath, you just have to spend money to bring people back, so stuff like the chess battle in 2, or like the mountain traversal chapter in 1, or just chimeras in general, feel like they're a little less tightly designed. Not to say Shining Force is, like, badly designed or anything, I just feel like they were a little more fast and loose with it. Because there was no consequence for a character dying other than you pay a little bit of money. So I think the same sort of thing is in this game's design. I think there's just a bit of like... Since you cannot die, they have to find ways to make the game challenging still. And so, therefore, some of the tricks are a lot more rude than they would be if this were just a game with health and lives. Like, there are a lot more gotchas, and... I think overall I don't like that as much. Again, I really like Wario Land 4 still, and that game does have health, so maybe that is the case. They had to be less rude there, they had to have fewer gotchas, since you could die and get kicked out of a stage. I don't know. Again, I'm not the developers, so I can't say for- wait, shit, YouTuber. I can say exactly what the developers are thinking. I'm correct. The theory I created, while playing this game and thinking about it, is definitely the right one. It's not just me spitballing and kinda, you know, just sharing my thoughts as I go. Nope, I'm always correct about everything ever. Fact-checking, what's that? I don't like looking up facts. They're not what I think, so I find them annoying. They go against my theories! Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write this essay, and I'm gonna get quotes. But... oh yeah, that was boss room, just FYI. The failure part of it, of course. But anyway, yeah. I'm gonna write this essay, and I'm gonna get quotes. But I'm gonna, like, not use the quotes at all, right? I'm just gonna quote the word "the" from somebody else's essay, because mostly, it goes against my thesis, and I don't know how to deal with that, so... I'm just going to cite just, like, a single word. Anyway, though, yeah, all that is to say... Wario Land 2 is a little bit tiring to play. Also, okay, you know how to get those coins, right? Okay, so, like, I'm probably dooming this timeline, I'm sorry. Past me. If I fuck up here, you gotta do better than I did. Please. I just can't be bothered to get all of those coins. Anyway, I think this is the treasure room over here. Oh right, I do need to bring this guy down, which is more annoying than it would seem. Come on, get in the hole. There you go. Yeah, these are blocks you have to break with Fat Wario, so... you gotta stick a man in here. There we go. And now let's exercise off that cake. Kill the man who gave it to us, now we don't have to pay. It's a bit of a life hack for you there. Life hack, just try murder. Alright, Spear Guy, oh Spear Guy. What is your wisdom? Your wisdom is top left? Not even close. No, that was Punchy Punchington I saw, Jesus. What am I doing? Alright, I got a horn. Alright, well then, we are close to the end of the video, so I should mention, this is one of the only paths that does not actually have an ending, so... once we're done with this, it would just lead normally into Chapter 3, like no new cutscene either, so... Here is the Cave Master. Do you also look familiar? I feel like we must have seen you before as well. Alright, so, Cave Master, you push him into a pit after he tries to ram you. I'm gonna be honest, this boss is really easy. You kinda have to be trying to actually lose to him. Anyway, yeah, he tries to mix it up by jumping. And now it's Blood Pig, hear his cry. And third phase is basically just the same thing. And now he's dead. Alright, so, Wario, you have defeated the Cave Master. What will you do now? You're going back in time, huh? You have to collect the map though, right? Can you do that mid-time travel? I suppose you must be able to. Okay, well, what's the number? Oh yeah, of course, that's 6. Cool. Alright, well... Yeah, I fucked that one up too.